And we're back. Take two. We
Take
had
two.
some technical difficulties. Apparently, we were not live, which is fine. I just wanted to let you know I'm not going to get excited today, guys. I got to keep it a little quiet. The the other half of the TikTok tag team champions of the world homesick today, and the face that runs this place over here, the Rogers household, sure is not this guy. She's homesick too. She's not feeling well, so she's taking a nap as well. So I got to keep it low, and so won't get the all over the place me.
All right. Well, that'll be good. You won't get all over the place me either because I have a migraine lady here too. So what's going on?
So Revolution, AEW Revolution,
Yes.
from start to finish, easily an A plus or an A pay per view,
Absolutely.
minus one match. And
That-
if Dawn sees this or is watching this, she's gonna give me all sorts of hell. I understand you love yourself some Wardlow, but that Wardlow versus Joe match was garbage. I I knew it did nothing for me. I'm glad Wardlow won, but it was lackluster. But let's start off with Ricky Starks beating Chris Jericho. I mean, I think we all
yeah.
knew that was coming.
Oh yeah. I mean, that Chris Jericho is one of those guys that could wrestle in a hot tub or a bowl of soup and make someone look amazing. And he did that. And
I mean, he is one of those guys that could wrestle a mop and make it a 5-star match.
right.
I mean,
By no means am I calling Ricky Starks a mop, but
well, no, I mean Ricky Starks. See, that's the thing. Like you put two guys like that together, Ricky Starks is amazing talent, and then you put a guy like Jericho who will get anybody and everybody over. That just makes it a lot easier for both of them to work, and they showed that they could put on a very good match, and it just happens to be the first match of the night.
right. And that tornado DDT off that middle rope, man, that was sick. That was nasty good. So
I mean, he will be main eventing
yeah.
in the future. Ricky Starks is the future of the business. So
By far.
So, and you talking about other futures of the business, we go right into Jack Perry, Jungle Boy, taking on another
Icon.
guy, another veteran of the business, and putting on another very good show and a very good match.
That was amazing. That was a great match. I'm a Jungle Boy guy, and I love to see him. But I was a Christian Cage guy too. And that's the thing. The storytelling that's been in this whole thing for the last 10 months, it seems like, has been crazy good, leading up to this one final match. And I hope it's over.
I'm just glad that Luchasaurus is out of the picture.
Yes.
I mean it was fun at first, all these gimmicks and stuff like that. But that's one thing that I didn't like about AEW. It was nothing but gimmick. It was nothing but a dude that thought he was a dinosaur and Danhausen and Polly Pock or my pet Pockets over there, Orange Cassidy, which given the right people to work with, he can put on a good wrestling match.
Right.
And it's the same thing. I mean, it just felt like they were over gimmicking at first. Like it was just too many gimmicks, and that's all it was. It was one big old gimmick. Like, and I didn't like the the Dark Order. It was a gimmick. It was too gimmicky at first.
Right. Yeah.
And now these people are settling down and actually being professional wrestlers. It's not all gimmicks. It's putting on very good wrestling matches.
Right.
And
I don't. Did you notice that when Cage was blowing kisses at Luke Perry's sister? And it's just
see, honestly, I caught highlights of it because I didn't watch it from start to finish. I missed the first 3 matches, I think.
Yeah.
'Cause I came in during the triple threat match, the women's
Okay.
triple threat.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
I missed the first 2, but I did catch highlights, and I do recall seeing that, yes.
Yeah. And I thank those people. I mean, honestly, I don't know if this is appropriate to say on this channel, but I do appreciate the people that do. Like Matt, he sent me a link, and I appreciate that link. And when I couldn't be at my computer, I just went through TikTok and I seen people sharing some pretty clear lives. So I was like happy to see it that way. But thank you,
Um,
those people.
yeah, I just can't stomach paying $60 for a pay-per-view.
No, me neither.
I mean,
So
no thank you. And because I actually want to be married to my wife. Because if I said, yeah, I'm buying a $60 pay-per-view, she'd be like, oh, well, enjoy that couch for a while. Because,
right,
um,
exactly.
I mean, and it's foolish. In my opinion, it's foolish to pay the $60 for 3 hours.
Right,
I mean, I can go to the movie theater, watch a 3 hour long movie for $12.
right, and that's where we talked about a long time ago, where we wish Tony Khan would get as smart as. And Vince is a brilliant man, business wise. Um, Other things he does is not so brilliant, but you know, WWE going to their own channel first and then going to Peacock. That's brilliant. You pay $10 a month, you get the pay-per-views and get all the content. And I think Tony Khan needs to make that the next step for his business.
Well, they originally were talking HBO.
Okay.
Because um, I think they have to wait though for their contract with TBS and TNT to
Okay.
run up before they start really moving stuff.
That makes
Um,
sense.
but and then they have the Ring of Honor streaming platform too.
Okay. Well, yeah, I think
I'm not a big ROH guy, so it's I can't. But anyway, moving on to that third match that Ruby Soho should have won that match. I mean, I was a little disappointed, but at the same time, Jamie Hayter won, so I'm not too upset about it. It set up more of a storyline.
Yes. I mean, again, I've been wanting Ruby Soho to have the belt for a long time, but you did say that, right? It did set up a story. So
it felt like an NWO or a women's version of the NWO.
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
Right down to the green spray paint.
Yeah.
I thought that out. Because if you look at it, it's all 3 of those ladies, Saraya, Toni Storm, and Ruby Soho. They all came from where? They came from WWE.
Yeah. Okay, that's a good
I
call.
mean, I think I'm reading a little bit too much into it, but I think it would be just that little nugget's kind of interesting. I thought
that was a nasty kick that Ruby laid on Hayter after the match. That was pretty badass.
We're gonna talk about nasty kicks later on when we talk about Raw.
Yeah. But no, that was a sick kick. I'm glad I like this Ruby Soho. I like her. Saraya, Ruby Soho, probably two of my favorite women in the business as far as their character. So that's exciting to see.
So Jamie Hayter retained in very dramatic fashion. That match was a really good up and down, but the turn that Ruby had, where she got in the "we run this house now, bitch. This is our house now, bitch," and just starts yelling at Hayter and Baker, or not Hayter and Baker, Saraya and Toni Storm, and then she super kicks it. Then she super kicks Hayter.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Now we run this house, bitch. Yeah.
Yeah. This is our house now. Right after that, they ended that and went directly into arguably the most violent match I've seen in a long time.
100%. Now,
And
wait. Now, the last match of the night was pretty violent as well, but not like this.
no, this is just absolutely I'm going to kill you.
Yes.
I mean, that's
Hmm.
um I mean, I understand why Hangman ended up winning. I understand that, but that doesn't necessarily make me happy
Right.
that Moxley lost. Um,
Right. And again, he needs some time. I went on a live after the pay per view, and he not no discredit to MJF because MJF has done his job, but Moxley in 2022 carried that business for most of it by himself.
yeah,
Now,
absolutely.
at the end of 2022 and the beginning of 2023, yeah, we've seen the uprise of MJF as the guy that the new champion and blah blah blah, and he's always been part of it. But dude, Moxley needs a break, and I'm okay with him losing. And I'm okay with him. I'd rather him lose to Hangman than to say Darby Allin or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's a good loss, and it doesn't hurt him. It really doesn't. No loss really hurts Moxley. He can go over to GCW and kick whoever's ass over there, or go to New Japan now and do whatever he does or whatever. But he deserves that break. So I was okay with that loss.
well, yeah. I mean, I'm not saying that it was a bad loss by any means. I'm just kind of bummed out that he didn't win because
Right.
I always want to see a guy like Mox win because I've been a Moxley fan since he was Dean Ambrose in the Shield.
Correct. Right.
He's
Absolutely.
always been that lunatic fringe, that crazy SOB who will do anything to win,
Right.
including getting a fork out of his boot and just absolutely just like going after it. You know what I
What
mean? But
about those bricks, bro?
it's okay. When I saw the bricks, and he set him up and he did the curb stomp, the first thing I thought was that's a nod to Seth Rollins
Yes.
because Seth Rollins did the same thing to him, um, but with a cinder block
Okay.
on an
Okay.
episode of Monday Night Raw. If everyone should remember that. Um, but yeah, those bricks crushing his hand, like breaking his hand, and all that kind of stuff. Um, just the amount of blood in that match was ridiculous.
Right. Yeah.
Um,
Absolutely.
and who in
100%.
their right mind wraps themselves in barbed wire and does like a senton? Like who does that? Oh yeah, Adam Page does that because he's a dumbass.
Yeah. Yeah. You're right. No, I mean, who would? Yeah, a lot of that. They're crazy. I don't care. That goes back to we could say this shit's fake. Okay, I'm gonna go down this rabbit hole. We can say people say this is fake. Blah 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 blah. Sure, it's predetermined. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't give a flying poop if it's fake or not. You're still gonna have to hit each other. You're gonna crush your hand with that brick. It's gonna hurt.
Well,
We can say I don't know, the Connors is fake. It's a TV show. This is all we're watching. But dude, come on. They put their bodies on the line for our entertainment, and so give them applause. That was a huge match.
and I was talking to another buddy of mine who he made a comment that he hopes that those two boys got paid, like paid something good for that,
Right.
because if not, then they did it for nothing, and that would those boys need to. I mean, those boys probably should have been paid a premium for that.
Absolutely, 100%.
I
I'm gonna
mean,
I'm gonna take a statement off of Bleacher Report. There's no way to fake stepping on a guy's hand and as it's sandwiched between two bricks. It's also hard to fake stomp someone's head into the same bricks 10 minutes later. You don't. It's not.
Yeah.
No. I'm sorry.
I mean,
that should be a huge payday for Moxley and Page. It better have been.
Oh, it should have been. I mean, that should have been there's 4 people that should have gotten absolutely just a truckload of money thrown at them, and that's Moxley, Page, MJF, and Daniel Bryan or Bryan Danielson. Those 4 put their bodies, mind, and soul through hell.
Yes.
On Sunday night.
Correct.
I mean, granted, Page and Moxley only went for 24 minutes, but that's 24 minutes of pure hell that they induced on one another. When I don't want to think like after the fact, I don't want to say that I saw it coming or knew that it was going to happen. But when Moxley wrapped that chain around his neck, I'm like, that's going to be how he loses. Yeah. Like, I was like, dude, really?
Well, I seen him do it, and then I'm like, and I forgot about the chain, and then all of a sudden the series of exchanges happened, and all of a sudden he flies over and I'm like, yep, that makes sense, because you could tell how he was positioning it.
Yeah.
Like, you know, if you watch the match, if I watch the match back in my head, I'm like, yeah, that son of a bitch, he put that on him perfectly.
Oh yeah, he set it up. He set it up to be.
Oh, absolutely.
But you know, it's entertainment. It's just like watching a movie, like I said before.
Yeah.
But these guys are still world class athletes. I'm sure that hurt his neck.
I had to. Absolutely.
I mean, but anyway, yeah, that was definitely the second best match of the night.
Right. Right. So, do you know? Have you heard anything? Is Moxley gonna be gone for a while, or?
We'll find out. Like, I haven't really been reading dirt sheets. I've been trying to let myself stay away from dirt sheets and be able to enjoy the product as it's happening.
Absolutely.
So
there's no need to talk about Wardlow and Homeboy.
Popcorn.
Sorry, Don, but I got popcorn towards your.
You know, like, and I'm not discrediting Wardlow. I think Wardlow's an amazing talent, and he is a future AEW world champion.
Right.
But that match just stunk the joint up. I mean,
you know, people that they just got done through seeing badass Moxley match, you know, and yeah, but no, those guys.
It just felt like they were both at like running in slow motion.
Yeah. 100%.
I mean, that's just my take on the whole thing.
Yeah, so. Then what we have, the Guns, Jarrett and Lethal versus the Acclaimed and Cassidy and Danhausen.
I tell you what, Danhausen coming out dressed as Orange Cassidy was one of my favorite moments of the night. It was Orangehausen.
Yeah.
Or was it Dan Cassidy?
Dan Cassidy, yeah.
I mean, right down to the sunglasses, and he put his hands in his pockets and everything. I was like, all right. And he did this. I think he went.
Yeah, he did. That was funny, yeah.
I mean, gotta love Danhausen.
It's still the Acclaimed on the mic. Max Caster.
He made reference to it to a WWE deal.
Did he?
What did he say last week? He made reference to the Raw that I went to. I can't remember what I'd have to rewatch that entrance, but I want to say he's made reference to the whole Seth Rollins saying "bye bye, bitch."
Yeah, I don't know. Somebody pointed out, why did Austin and Colton each have half of Shawn Michaels' entrance outfit?
I mean,
why did people pick that? I didn't even see that. I didn't know, you know. But that was to me not a very. The only good thing about that match was at the end.
oh, enough to hear, yeah.
When the return of Matt's favorite tag team came about, so FTR came
Well,
back.
that just pretty much solidified the fact that the rumors are false. They are AEW. They aren't leaving. They aren't going back to WWE as much as us WWE marks want them to. Tony Khan is smart enough to throw a whole shit ton of money at him and tell him, all right, and guess what? You're gonna finally be AEW champions. Because you know damn well they're going to beat the Guns and they're going to take those straps off of them.
100%.
And they're going to hold on to those straps for a good long time.
Absolutely. 100%.
So yeah, I mean, the only other good part about that match is the fact that Jeff Jarrett and Sonya Dutton or whatever got their ass beat, and
yeah, Sonya Dutton, that's awesome.
God, I can't stand that guy. Like he's probably as cool. In my head, he's about as cool as what you think MJF is right about now. Like he's on MJF's level as far as coolness. In my, I mean,
and that, you're right, because I don't think MJF's as cool as well. Because so we can get into that.
Well, we got another. I mean, we'll get into that. And then we finalized the evening with what people are already clamoring to be the match of the year. That there's no match that's going to touch this one, and until April 5th when Cody beats Roman, and they put on an absolute show. I think Cody Roman will make people not necessarily forget about MJF Daniel or Bryan Danielson, but I think it'll be on that same level. And I think the storytelling that they've already started every week, on every show of every week, has been next level lately.
Right.
It is must. What's going on, Ryan?
What's going on, Ryan? Thanks for stopping by.
But no, they put on a great show Sunday. Don't get me wrong. I think MJF showed the world why he is the face of that company. He showed the world that hey, he can hang with wrestlers like Bryan Danielson in ring. He's not just not a dude on the mic. He is a performer and he's an athlete. So
the only problem I have with the match is MJF's second pin. He got that pin 1, 2, 3, and then right away it was just another. And I thought to myself, that's lame as fuck. 1, 2, 3, and the same pin 1, 2, 3. We didn't do nothing, and then all of a sudden, then I didn't realize that it was 2-1. I'm like, I was bitching up a storm about that second pin. I'm like, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. All of a sudden, I seen it's 2-2, and I didn't realize Danielson got the point for disqualification for the low blow. So
yeah,
I just think they threw some points in there that, but those boys went. You had to put points on the board, somehow.
Well, I was wondering, like I was watching, I was like, I wonder who's calling this match. Like, is it Bryan Danielson calling it? Because it had to have been done somewhat prior. But okay, that's what we want to do. Let's just call it an on the fly out there, and see where it goes. And I think if Bryan Danielson did call it, which I'm assuming he did because he's a lot older and been around these situations a lot more, I think he called a beautiful match. I really do.
Right.
And that's why he's one of the best, if not the best wrestler in the world. Now we get to that spot that everyone's talking about, where a 10-year-old gets a cup of water in the face. As a dad, I would have laughed. I'm sorry, Andrew gets doused in the face with some water. I'm laughing. I'm sorry. And everyone that's and I'm not saying this specifically to get my brother going, because this isn't what this is about. The people that are upset about that and that are angry for that child, let me give you an insight on what happened to him after the fact. He was taken to the back. He was introduced to and gotten autographs from every single member of the AEW roster. He then was given close to $200 worth of merch. He then was gifted airfare, hotel or free lodging, and tickets to the show in Sacramento tomorrow night. All because the kid took a few sprinkles of water to the face.
A few sprinkles. A whole freaking glass. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
To me, I don't feel sorry for the kid. The kid, I mean, MJF can throw water all. I mean, good point, Ryan. But what I'm saying, I don't feel sorry for, because if they're gonna if they did that to Andrew, and we got to go back there and meet everybody, that in and of itself is worth taking a glass of water to the face.
And I'm not saying that was not funny. I'm not saying it wasn't. What I'm saying, it was off script, and I don't want to. I'm not even going to revisit, but it's off script. And we months ago were bitching because somebody went off script, and Tony Khan didn't do anything about it. I'm glad that Tony Khan did something about it, but it's not an excuse for MJF to act like that. Yes, I understand that's his heel. He's that's his thing. He's like that in the photo shoots. He's like that at the merch, whatever. I'm just saying that right there could have probably, it didn't for me, because I love the whole paper was amazing. All the way up to MJF eating pickles. But all I'm saying is that put a scar on that match. That why in the fuck are you gonna do some stupid shit like that, MJF? Is it because you think you're the best in the world? Is it because you're better than everybody and you know it, or whatever? I don't care. It's just that let's take it and do something. Something needs to happen with him.
Well,
he needs to get sat down by Tony Khan and say, dude, I love your shit in the ring. I love your talking as on script, but you got to stay on script, bro.
Well, he made that comment during the media scrum afterwards. He goes, there will be serious consequences taken.
Yes. So I applaud Tony Khan. This time he's taking care of it.
I mean, he's actually being a boss now.
Yes.
I mean,
I will say this, and Matt will disagree.
If that would have happened back in July or August or whenever CM Punk had diarrhea of the mouth,
right,
he would still be employed by AEW.
Right. And see, Tony Khan applauded Tony Khan because you're finally doing what you're supposed to.
He finally, his testicles finally dropped.
But even the words he was saying about people, he mentioned Moxley, he mentioned Hangman, he mentioned a bunch of people. And mind you, I think the words came out where, I don't know what so I don't want to even quote, but he bashed those guys. And I'm like, how are you bashing those guys? But I believe, hopefully, that was part of the script. You know what I'm saying? But
I have a tendency. I got a tendency to believe that most of what he said in the media was scripted.
Yeah.
Or at least ran by Tony before it happened. Especially because I think he doesn't want to have another revisit of what happened.
Right. So I applaud Tony Khan because he finally did something about that.
I mean,
if he does something about that, that's the problem.
I mean, I think he already rectified the situation by giving the kid
Right.
airfare and free tickets. I'm guarantee the kid sits ringside for the event on Wednesday.
Right. And now if the same thing happens or MJF does something, then I'm gonna say, oh my God, we got worked because
I promised you, if MJF has a promo, he's going to address that child. I promised you that.
Is that okay?
Don't buy the ticket.
But is it okay?
It says right on the back of the ticket that events that happen aren't necessarily. Because I was talking to Husky about this earlier, and he goes, if you look on the back of the ticket and the fine print and everything, it says things could end up happening, that it's just a show, it's blah 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 blah. I mean,
but the problem is MJF goes overboard on the show, so out of character, out of script. But we love MJF, so we don't say anything. But when somebody else does it, we are pissy and moaning. We can talk about it for months.
Well, if CM Punk would have thrown water on somebody, it would have been funny to me.
I mean,
to me
it's funny. No, I'm not saying it wasn't funny. It's funny.
I mean, again, I will gladly take a half a cup of water to the face to get free merch.
I guess.
I will do that 7 days a week.
Yeah, but I don't
know.
Good thing our wives are sleeping because it could have got a little bit more heated on that. I could have talked about CM Punk all day long.
But
anyway,
I'm really glad MJF won.
Yeah, I am too. I will say that he earned it. We know. I don't think it's going to be a year-long run for him, but I didn't realize.
No, he'll drop it at like double or nothing in July.
Hopefully, it's to somebody reputable, not.
I think it needs to be Wardlow.
Yeah.
I mean, to go full circle with that whole situation, either that or Ricky Starks. I think it needs to be someone young.
Definitely not Jungle Boy. Definitely not anybody like that.
Definitely not Kenny, because we don't need to see. I mean, Kenny MJF might put on a decent match, but
then if you see Kenny Omega, you got to see his jackass of a manager, whatever.
Don Callis.
Don Callis. I'm not about to see that again.
So we get the media scrum. The guy. There was two ones. I didn't see the whole thing. I think he drops it all out to Adam Cole. Okay. And then MJF plays up the rest of the year playing the upcoming free agency angle. Okay.
That'd work.
I think Adam Cole Bebe should be an AEW champion soon.
Yeah. I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with that. I hope you're right. I think it's got to be him or someone along those lines. I don't. And speaking of free agencies, in November, Kenny Omega's contract is up, and a lot of people really, 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 really think that he's done with AEW. That his run is now over with AEW. That he wants to go and be at a WrestleMania because he's getting older. He's late. I can't remember how old he is, but I think he's like my age. I think he's like 40, 41. And he wants to be at me. He wants to do something that he's never done, and that's participate in a WrestleMania. And I think because he's done everything else around the world, right? He's won the G1. He's been New Japan champion. He's been AEW champion. He's been TNA champion. Yeah, he went over and he did all those belts. So. He did the TNA. He did the belt collector angle, and the only thing he's never done is win a championship in WWE. And who better to have a match with than a guy like Cody Rhodes, or something along those lines. I think Kenny would have a great match with a guy like main event Jay. I think Jey Uso and him would have just a tremendous match. It would be a super kick party at that point. But I think it would be a lot of fun to see Kenny come over.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Now,
you say, Kenny comes over. MJF at the end of the year, more than likely, might come over. All these big.
As much as I'm a MJF fan, and I really do like the Devil himself, MJF.
Yeah.
He needs to stay put in AEW. Okay. Because the WWE would not allow him to do some of the stuff that he does.
Okay. I was gonna say, if all those guys leave, does that make it? It sounds like a downfall of AEW if all that happens,
I mean, look at, there was a mass exodus of people for WWE.
True.
I mean, they're always going to have somebody new to bring in. They're always going to be able to push a guy like Sammy Guevara. They're always going to, the guys that were there originally are going to finally get a push. And yeah. I mean, I could see Ricky Starks leaving because he was at Rumble with Cody.
Right.
So
interesting. So that was a great show, though.
And I guarantee a bunch of
right. Yep.
Yeah. That's right. We for those people just listening, we don't know what the Ryan from Two Dudes with Attitudes, the honorary dude, says. We don't know what the WWE is going to look like through though with the sale, head of creative, etc. I think that'll play a factor. Absolutely. And
thanks for watching. Thanks for watching, Brian. Appreciate you guys.
Ryan. His name's Ryan, not Brian.
Sorry. Thanks, Ryan, for watching. I appreciate you. If I called you Brian, it was an accident.
He's a man of many names. He is the honorary dude from Two Dudes with Attitudes. He is Shooting Star Press on TikTok, and he is also the clearance rack Sami Zayn, for those of you paying attention.
And called worse. So now Raw had to produce a massive show.
And they did.
Minus a few matches.
By the way, who all went out and got pickles after that media scrum? Because they sound pretty good right about now.
Some fucking good pickles.
Well, he kind of made fun of that. Was the whole slap at CM Punk for the whole muffin thing.
Yeah,
okay. This is a fucking good muffin, he says, but this is a damn good muffin. So, well, the show opens up with Solo versus Kevin Owens.
Yep.
Banger. You knew that 100%. Was going to happen.
100%.
You knew that was going to be just an absolute barn burner of a match. You also knew that, oh, look, here's Jimmy Uso. He's going to get involved. I mean, you get... I love this. I honestly thought we were seeing the crumble of the bloodline right before us. I thought for sure, but we're gonna get to that a little bit later.
Right. Well, that match was good. Solo can move, so can Kevin Owens. And that was a match that match had everything I thought it would in it. Of course, Kevin Owens won by disqualification. I love the interaction between Sami Zayn and KO. KO is like, "Fuck you, I'm done with you. You burnt that bridge back at War Games." And I know that's a blow. I know we're down the road in the next couple of weeks, we're going to see it play out with, in my opinion, with them getting together, or I have a theory on that.
A theory
about a theory at the end of the last match. I have a theory about that, but I just think
yeah,
you're gonna see Kevin Owens and somebody go after the Usos, but
it's going to be Sami Zayn. It's going to be Sami Zayn.
You think so?
Yeah, it's got to be.
I have my thought at the end. I'll share the thought at the end.
So then we went into my popcorn match of the night.
I didn't see that match. I went and got coffee, to be honest with you.
Yeah, you blink and it's done.
Oh. You mean the Carmella match?
And Chelsea, I mean, I watched. I caught enough of it to where I saw Asuka spitting the green mist in Chelsea Green's face, and I popped for that. I loved it.
Asuka's a badass bitch without that paint.
Yeah.
Bye bye, bitch.
Bye bye, bitch.
But no, she was. Yeah, that was awesome.
Now we all know what's going to happen next, right? So we all know that WrestleMania, the match card will not look like it does right now. It will not be Asuka versus Bianca because Carmella will end up being the third member of that match.
Stupid.
I don't like it. I think that's absolute trash, especially if they give the win to Mella.
No way.
I mean, who's booking this shit right now?
Well,
is Vince booking this? Because it feels a whole hell of a lot like Vince booking.
There's rumors back there that Triple H is no longer head of creativity back in the back. Vince is back in there and taking it over.
They said that Vince was at Gorilla last night.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
So.
But I'm okay with the 3-way for 1 point only, and I know we don't like Bianca because she's a bad bitch.
That's the only way you get the strap off her
without making her look weak.
Yes.
So I see that, I get that, but don't give it to Carmella.
No.
You can't bury Asuka. You're gonna have to give it to Asuka. Let Mella take the pin, but don't let her get the win. Because if that's what happens, I'll be like, what?
Yeah. Well, and then we got right after that we got one of the funniest segments, and I've been a Logan Paul guy as far as like in-ring ability. He's the only celebrity that I've ever seen that has took the time to learn the moves, be professional with it, and conduct himself like a true wrestler, right? He's the only one that's ever really kind of done that. Because Bad Bunny sure as shit didn't. He was there promoting his album. That's the only reason he was doing it.
He did have one good spot in that match though.
He had one spot. How many spots have Logan Paul had? A lot. The buckshot. I mean, he does the buckshot lariat better than Hangman Adam Page. He has that spot with Ricochet. He blew out his. What's going on, Justin? Thanks for joining. Let's go, baby.
What's going on, Justin?
He had that spot where he tore his quad or pec or whatever.
Yeah.
In that Roman match. I mean, come on, dude. Like, and that spot he had against the Miz, the 5-star frog splash. Yeah. The guy can go.
Right.
As much as we don't like our celebrities in pro wrestling, I think he's proving everyone complete opposite, that he is an athlete too.
But you give him the win at Mania?
You can't do that. Seth Rollins is white hot right now. I mean, he can go out there and dress like a slab of bacon and still, like, he looks like one of those bacon strips. Shayna pointed that out. She goes, Is it just me, or does Seth Rollins look like a big old begging strip? And those glasses. I mean, he is over. He is over big time right now. He is. I mean, for about for like 3 weeks in a row.
Thanks, Justin, man. Appreciate it.
For 2 or 3 weeks in a row, he comes out and the crowd is singing his song, and like he again, we said that guys like Chris Jericho, Ricky Starks can wrestle a mop and make them look good. Well, guess what? Seth Rollins could talk to a mop, which he essentially did on last night because Logan Paul can't communicate because he. I hate look. Okay, I said all that to get to my main point here. Logan Paul, great in the ring, shitty on the mic. I can't. I don't like listening to him speak.
Yep. Even his bye bye bitch was horrible.
He botched that.
He did. Bye bye bitch. Come on, dude. Do it right.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying? I don't know, but I agree. He's not as good on the mic as Seth is.
And he should be good on the mic considering he has his own podcast.
Yeah, true. So Logan, hey Logan Paul, here's Pop Wrestling Podcast. If you need to learn how to get better on the mic, come on, join us, and we can teach you. So until then, until you hook up with us, bye bye, bitch.
Bye bye, bitch.
So Logan, I'm gonna cast this out to you. I know you got a TikTok. This portion segment will be sent to you. Answer the call. Ken Anderson answered the call. Just saying, that was an awesome interview, by the way, too.
Yeah. If you haven't checked it out yet, check it out. Last Thursday, we had Ken Anderson on the show. We spoke with him for about an hour, and truly one of my favorite dudes to talk to. Just a really cool guy, and you can check the replay on our Twitch channel, twitch.tv/huge_pop_wrestling, and or on YouTube at Huge Pop Wrestling Podcast. I think I got it right this time, Ryan.
You did.
I've been saying it for months now, right?
But no, that was a good segment. Set up for WrestleMania. That'll be a good match. And I hope it'll be a good match.
And then we had the drizzling shits because nailed it. We had the drizzling shits of a match with Omos, or almost. We had Almost versus Dolph Ziggler. Why? Why?
Yeah, no, that was about drizzling.
It was the drizzling shits. It was
drizzling shits. Yes. I don't know. I don't understand why they did that at all.
It was the Nigerian Giant, and for the longest time, I was like, man, they stole that gimmick from somewhere. The Nigerian Giant. And then it occurred to me, Kamala was the Ugandan Giant.
Okay. Yeah.
So I was like, oh, so he's just gonna take whatever country they're from,
right?
And throw Giant after.
Right.
After.
Okay. There you go.
That's great. That's good. That's good shit.
Yes, and I just hopefully they don't. I'm not looking. That's one match I'm not looking forward to is Brock Lesnar against Almost.
I want to see Brock F5 Almost. I really do, and I'm going to continue to call him Almost until he does something impressive.
Almost.
He's almost a wrestler.
Almost a wrestler. So then what do we do? Go to Finn Balor and Johnny Gargano representing right here.
Johnny Gargano. Johnny Wrestling.
Johnny Wrestling. That was a dumb match too. I didn't like it.
Apollo Crews was Nigerian royalty too. From Stone Mountain, Georgia, though, Ryan.
But no, call me dumb, but I have a feeling that you're going to see one of the. I mean, I don't know. I'd like to see Dominic get kidnapped by what's his face?
Oh, Dexter.
Dexter. That would be a good storyline.
Well, that'll have to wait until after Mania because it'll be Ray versus Dom.
But Ray's refusing to do that match
For now.
For now,
we're 4 weeks away.
Yeah. So we'll see.
So Johnny Gargano beats Finn, which was what it was.
Right.
Then we have Nikki Cross versus Piper Niven.
What do we do?
Exactly. We blinked.
I was like, I told my wife, I said, oh, this match, I'm going to go up and get some water. Came back and they were talking to somebody in an interview. I'm like, oh, that only lasted 2 seconds. Yeah. The funniest part of that match was Cross running to the ring. I was like, you crazy bitch.
So, and then we ended the show, right? No, I'm sorry.
No, we didn't end the show. We had another stupid match with Chad Gable and Corbin.
Well, hold on though. We had
we had John Cena in the middle of the ring addressing Theory. If I want to find the script to that, because man, Cena was on fire as always.
Okay, it says Cena thinks
he called Theory just that. He's just a theory.
Cena just doesn't care, just like every single person. We don't care about Theory. Why they don't care about Theory? Because they don't believe. Hold on. I had it here. Hold on. They talk about the difference between me and you is that when I'm wrestling a main event, they don't have to pipe in fake crowd noise.
Yes.
I was like,
that was good. That was big. There was several big shots from Cena.
How he talks about his you need me because beating me at WrestleMania would be a mistake.
Yes.
He goes, losing to me at WrestleMania will be a mistake because then you're done.
He goes,
winning.
Yeah.
And then he's like, beating me at WrestleMania, you'd be done. Because then you'd have to come out here the Monday after Mania and explain to the people. Like, I was like, wow.
You gotta come out here all by yourself and explain to these people what happened.
Yeah.
I'm like, so great story, great storytelling.
It is, and I think they're going to have a hell of a match at Mania.
They took one segment that lasted 15 minutes and launched this story for the next 3 weeks.
Oh, yeah, because you won't see Cena until Mania.
No.
And he won't have to be there.
No, he won't.
I mean, they can treat him like when The Rock came back and took on Cena. Remember that? Like, he could do satellite things.
So do you see Cena taking the belt? Did they take the belt off of Cena? Off of Theory?
I think you'd almost have to.
Yeah.
Because didn't Cena come out and said he's not coming back for just one match? He's coming back for a run.
He did, yeah, for a run, yeah.
So
they made I love the statement because he goes, it's another case of senioritis. Yeah, is it not only the hair I lost in the back of the head, but I can't hear. I am losing my hearing as well. So senioritis. He mentioned senioritis a couple times. So
well, and then they did a shot from the back, and his bald spot's not there anymore.
Right. So that was funny. But the best line, I think the most crucial line was for me, they don't have to pipe in fake crowd music. So
yeah,
that was like, so. But again, what about the end though? He comes up, he goes, "You don't have it here. You don't have it here."
Oh, the nut shot, yeah.
And he nut shot. Then after the ring goes, "Oh, by the way," he goes, "You need to work on that last. How do you say it? That last expression or something like that. Yeah. Do a better job or something like." I was like, "Damn, dude.
You don't have it here. You sure don't have it here." I'm like, wow.
That was good. That was awesome work.
So
Then I'm sorry. Then we went to Baron Corbin and Gable, and then I slept through that to get to the last one.
Yeah.
Wow, we don't even talk about the match. The match was good in itself, but
let's just. I mean, yeah.
Oh, we missed Lita. Didn't we miss Lita and Lita, Becky Lynch, and Trish coming face to face with Damage Control. Here's my, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. I'm going to throw this theory at you. I see Trish Stratus turning heel on one of those two. I see her joining one of those two, whether it's Becky Lynch or it's Lita. Somebody's going to flip on, two of them are going to flip on one of them. Is it,
Or
who's, or,
I mean, or does Trish turn completely and
joins Damage Control?
Yeah.
Because she looked good, and she was giving Lita the eye of like, this is supposed to be me.
Well, originally it was supposed to be her.
So I think there's a little bit of jealousy going on there. I'm not sure you're going to see what we think we're going to see at WrestleMania. I think we're going to see Trish turn on somebody, or if not both. So I don't know if I'd be okay with that. So anyways.
So we all know what's coming next. Jimmy and Sammy.
Jimmy and Sammy.
That match was a lot of fun to watch.
Uh-huh. You can't tell me that you weren't on the end of your seat going, what the fuck's gonna happen?
Oh no. I was like, all right, so where's Jay?
Yeah.
You know, like,
I mean, all the way from the time he had his brother's shirt like this,
yeah.
I'm gonna go, oh my, oh no. Well, I even noticed that I told myself at first, I go, why the fuck is he in red? I was like, okay, red. What's this gonna mean? Was he, you know?
Well, when he backed up from Sammy and threw up the ones, and Sammy's like, yeah, we the ones, blah blah blah. There's still time. You still have the chance. You can still join us and all this and that. I was like, that goofy son of a bitch is going to get super kicked.
Did you? You thought, yeah?
Yeah, I was like, he's going to get super kicked. I was like, Jay was setting it up perfect. Like, he's backing up, and he's all like, you thought I'd choose you?
Yeah.
Oh, over my blood? You thought I'd choose you? I'm like, everyone thought you were going to choose him. Jay, come on. And I just hope that it happened in time, because I just hope that Roman saw that too and doesn't take his frustrations out on Jimmy.
Well, I'm going to tell you this. This is where I have a swerve. If they want to swerve, they can swerve it like this. Solo and Jimmy lost. One of them boys, well, they're both going to be addressed, I'm sure. Roman Reigns is going to make some point to that.
Well, they took care of the Sami Zayn problem, though. They beat him senseless.
But they didn't take care of the Kevin Owens problem.
No.
And so is Solo going to get ridiculed? And is he going to have enough and say, fuck you? You know?
He could. I mean,
could he? I mean, is there, or is this storyline going to continue to SummerSlam?
I think something's going to happen at Mania. And then things are going to start unraveling at Mania.
With the bloodline?
Yeah.
I honestly don't. And again, Justin, if he's still in here, I made the comment on his live last night that I'm still not believing that they're just going to take both belts off of Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. There's going to be something in the next 3 weeks that say no to both belts. You can't take both belts.
If they need to start working towards that, like right now.
Yeah. And what the hell? I mean, okay, I get it. Cody Rhodes is the next big thing. Yeah, and we're pushing him. Those two segments made, while the run-in made sense.
Yeah.
But the John Cena applaud to John Cena. He probably was like this, here's your guy you want to see. But that was like, in my opinion, I was like, why are we doing this? Why is he coming out to say hey to John Cena? But or why is John Cena giving him the props? But of course, that's class. That's a John Cena classy act. But no, that super kick at the end, I don't think it's over by any means. There's still going to be some issues, I think. So.
Hold on a second here.
But that was Raw in a nutshell. We got lots of things happening at PW's. Whoops. Nope. We have lots of things happening on the HPWP. And my brother has an idea he's touring with, and kind of cool idea.
There's two things that I'm thinking of, and one I can announce that I already have a couple people lined up. And this is something that I haven't really discussed with the co-founder of HPWP. But I do have a couple people that are interested in joining us for a special installment on a evening, like a weekend evening. And this one is kind of, I'm saying this now because I want to extend an invitation. This is my open invitation to people to come to me, address, and I'm putting this thing together. It's the Dads of Wrestle Talk. This thing's been kind of something that I've been toying with and wanting to do for since I was able to get live, but the original plan was to do a TikTok live with everybody, but I think it would be really cool to be able to have it on the HPWP and broadcast it and be basically a roundtable for dads that are on TikTok, dads that are in the Wrestle Talk community. So if you're interested and you're a dad, please reach out to me. We can figure it out. We can all get in. I'll add you guys to the Discord. We can all figure it out, the logistics of it. And I kind of want to. My idea is to do it once a year, just as a dad.
Once a year or once a month?
Once a year. You don't. I mean, it would be cool to do it once a month, but I think logistically speaking, once a year would be perfect. That way we're not, and we can say, okay, on this date, every year, we're going to get back together, this group, and have ourselves a good old fashioned just shoot the shit. I mean, it'll be about wrestling. It'll be about like what we feel is going, like what we liked about the year, not almost like a year in review, but with like what we like and talk about being dads that like wrestling, like the struggle of trying to juggle. Like for me, I have to try to watch a show. I got to try to watch 2 shows a week, work, come home, do all that, coach football, coach baseball, get my kid to practice, like all that kind of stuff, and still effectively run or help run a podcast. And that's just the kind of stuff that I think would be a lot of fun to get people who are content creators, who are dads, and bring them into the show and have that discussion.
Good idea.
And the other one is still a work in progress, and I am going to be rolling that out very soon. So stay tuned.
I'll be doing taking the podcast on the road to live XIW events every other month in the year 2023, doing some live shoots from there, doing some interviews, some footage. So that'll be start. The first episode of that is April 1st, XIW from Panama City. So that's good. Just a lot of things going to happen here. So great ideas from Matt. I'm always busy talking to indie wrestlers. So it's been fun, man. And I want to thank my brother. I texted him a couple days ago. We push each other, and we've been through a lot of scheduling stuff. And I thank you, Matt, for being part of this and making it happen. It's been fun.
I mean, I there for a while when we first had this. I'm not gonna lie, it was one of those deals where Tuesdays and Fridays. I think we went Tuesday, Friday for a while, and it felt like another job.
Yep.
This time around, I look forward to my Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Yep, absolutely.
And it's so, and that's another reason why we and unfortunately, it seems to be, and this is no slight on the person, and I'm not even going to mention the person's name. They aren't able to be our third here on Tuesdays. So again, it's an open invitation. If you have Tuesdays afternoons available, please reach out to me. We can discuss possibly bringing you on a case-by-case situation, and you can become part of the HPWP family. And so yeah, if you are listening and interested, please let me know, and we can figure something out.
That's HPWP. That's Monday Night Raw.
I can't. I mean, I feel like my gimmick has run its course. I can't be loud anyway, so I'm just gonna leave you with bye bye, bitch. No, that's not my gimmick. So anyway.
So tribute to our guest from last week, also from Seth Rollins. Bye bye, bitch.